Hello. Abraham, I am on a spiritual path that has many of the similarities to the things you talk about.
Just for clarification, what kinds of other paths are there? There are people on action paths and there are people on problem paths, but when someone acknowledges that they are on a spiritual path, we take that to mean I care about my alignment because I'm wanting the whole of me to be present on this path. Yes. And we want to say the larger part of you is on the path, and when you are on a spiritual path, then you've joined the larger part of you on the path. Yeah, it's a great place to be, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
very much so. This spiritual path, though, believes that past trauma needs to be revisited and healed.
Well, we would say past trauma is revisited and healed because everything that you've lived has caused you to put things into your vortex, and your vortex is being satisfied. But what you're really making a differentiation about is that since you already lived it and put it in the vortex, now as you focus upon the receptive mode or being in a state of allowing, now that's where the healing takes place. So you're right. That's what this step 5 is that we're talking about. It's good to acknowledge the trouble that caused you to ask. Just don't stay in vibration with the trouble.
Yes.
Be in vibration with the solution. So we have no disharmony with that statement.
Does the trauma that is in the body, though, need to be healed?
Well, the thing is, unless you're feeling it emotionally, it's not an active player. So by caring about how you feel and accomplishing feeling good, you've taken care of that. Because anything that was there, if it's now not active, isn't a player. Sometimes what happens is people don't acknowledge how they really feel. Right. So they don't feel good, but they are trying to use words to cover that up. But that's not what you're talking about, and that's not what enlightenment is, and that's not what alignment is, and that's not what really feeling good is. You know when you're faking it. You know when you're smiling and don't feel happy. You know when you're laughing and don't feel funny. In other words, you can tell the difference, and you know when you're lighthearted and when you're not. You know when you're eager and when you're not. So it's just a matter of really caring about how you feel and believing that you can feel the way you want to feel, and just practicing. Just reaching for the best feeling thoughts you can until they take hold, till momentum gives them to you regularly. It's the regularity of it that matters, because almost anybody can focus on something. In other words, the television can broadcast something to you and you can focus on it, and they can hold your attention long enough to set your vibrational tone for a little while.
Yes.
So accomplishing a vibration is not a difficult thing. It's having the desire to feel good. Esther almost chose the word discipline, but it's not the word that we want, because it's not the discipline to focus. It's the desire to feel good, which will bring about that practice.
A lot of practice.
Yeah, practice. Practice feeling good. We know it's a terrible price to pay.
Is that trauma in my vortex?
Trauma is never in your vortex.
Okay.
Trauma is never in your vortex. What's in your vortex is the other side of that. Trauma is never in your vortex. In fact, what trauma is being resistant to your vortex. In fact, there would be no trauma if there were not a vortex that's calling you that you're not going to. Oh, isn't that interesting? Esther actually figured that out one day and said, Abraham, I'm really mad at you because you've caused me to evolve and want more. And if that hadn't happened, then I wouldn't feel bad about not going. In other words, that's really something to think about. Your very own desire is the reason that negative emotion can even exist. If you had not expanded, then there would not be this higher vibration for you to harmonize with. So when you have negative emotion, it's good news. It means first, I'm aware of where I'm at. Next, it means I've expanded. And next, it means, since I care about how I feel, I can move in the direction of my expansion and have all of the delicious benefit of translating all of that into the reality, into the see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it, manifested, actualized reality. Something more?
Probably, but I don't think so.
All right. Really good. Really good. Yeah.